win for Torquay. What a team, what a team. See, I always had the faith in Johnson, even this season, to get out the bow. We just need a couple of players just to boost that squad. You know, Johnson just wants hard-working players and that, and I feel like it's the first time we now have a really balanced team. Of course, some of it's short-term. Obviously, Sparks is only for a couple of weeks, and Armstrong and Perrett, I think, run out at the start of January. Hopefully, we can extend all of them. I'm more hopeful for Perrett and Sinclair Armstrong, because Sparks is literally just to get him some match sharpness for Exeter. But yeah, I thought, you know, it's just brilliant to have a team that it just makes you proud to, you know, be a Torquay fan again this season, because a lot of it just hasn't, you know, it's just been disjointed. Where if you look at even the bench, that bench was so strong. The options you could bring on: Lemni Evans, Danny Wright, we also had the new man, Joe Felix, which I'm really looking forward to see. I think can make us feel rebalanced. Like Dan Martin, special shout out to him, how well he's come on. Season McDonald just ever so improving in goal. Like, if you think of the keeper he was when we arrived, he was raw, made some good saves, but the way he's progressed, and with keeper, it's all about, especially more than any other position on the pitch, it's all about playing games. It don't matter what the level, just playing games and getting your reactions to be almost like second nature. And just the way he's changed from the first season in the South to last season, where he changed his one-on-one stance, so he was sort of saving more one-on-ones, wasn't getting nutmegged as much like the South. And then just he's cut out a lot of errors, a lot more mature, a lot more sort of, you know, less errors in his game. There's always going to be errors in the keepers' games. Top keepers will have 1 or 2 errors a season, and that's a great season. But I can't think of one. He's just been brilliant. So it was so nice just to see the players just all help, like the defending, the last ditch defending. That's what happens when you get, you know, a keeper on form. You get everyone's working hard. It's just so much easier to put your bodies on the line. It's so much easier to sort of believe in yourselves. You're going to get luck, but you need luck to win football games. And that's all we did last season. It's just Johnson needs that 11 players on the pitch, which are literally a part of his system, match his philosophy, and that's what we had. We had against Weymouth. And of course, people go, oh, it's Weymouth, especially ones who weren't there, which I get. But we were brilliant. We should have been so much more than that. This needs to be a bit more clinical in our chances in a few games. And let's move on to Yeovil. Yeovil, great team in form as well, but we can give them a game. That's what the fans want. Johnson's career just goes in runs at the end of the day in stages. A couple bad months. If you're going to lose a couple, he will be bad for a couple of months, as we've had a lot this season in the National League. But once he gets the players back on his side, or not so much back on his side, but players hitting form, hitting fitness, believing in a philosophy, a couple new players in just to make everyone step up a bit. You look at a lot of these players that haven't played much professional football, like Lolos. He said in an interview that, he was in tears after a conversation with Gary Johnson, and we've had this animal. He's been a cult hero. Dan Martin, when he got sent off at Havant, I was furious with him. I was like, look, you've probably got some ability, but it's not what we need to come back. It's kind of a different play. He's probably had a few conversations with Gary Johnson and himself, I can imagine, to show the character to come back. That's what we need from these players. And some players won't have that. They won't be able to see that in themselves, and they will be shipped out and they won't be in the plans. But I just want to keep building this team for this season, for next season, because at the end of the day, we had to start a new team basically again. There's a lot of new players coming in, which just were probably last minute, nothing against them. Might not have been number one target. It was rushed. We know for pre-season. Keep believing, keep improving. I'm not saying we're going to get playoffs or anything at all. I just want us, away from the teams we shouldn't be around, and we're just catching up, top half plus. Be nice to be near the end of the season, at least have an outside, at best, chance. Just being in the running and just being competitive against teams like Stockport that have so much talent at their disposal, because they have League One budgets, or they sign League One players. Nothing against them. Stockport teams like that shouldn't be in the non-league like ourselves. But to beat them was brilliant. And and apparently they're throwing coins. I missed that, throwing coins at McDonald's, when that's what the fans deserve, and a nice defeat, isn't it? So, well done, Torquay. New features coming next week, which I'm looking forward to. And yes, thanks for all the support. Please like and subscribe. Keep subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet. So do it.
Hi, Chris Wade here, reflecting on Saturday's 2-1 victory over Stockport at Plainmoor. Quite a different performance to the last home match against Halifax, and against another really good side who I think will be up there come the end of the season. We were just a completely transformed side from the last match. I thought we played on the front foot. We had positive intent, which isn't always easy against an intimidating side with lots of good names. with good quality footballers, and they started very brightly in the first 20 minutes. They clearly had attacking players who can get through, and they got through us several times. And Sean McDonald made one really good save early on, and you could tell they were threatening, but they were also very open defensively. They were playing the ball out from every goal kick, but that meant that we could press very high, which is one of our strengths, and we could pressurise and try and get the ball off them high up the pitch. And we were able to do it on several occasions. And I think we got a bit of luck, which we've been lacking in recent games. The first goal, a bit fortunate, skewed shot that went in off the defender. And then we then go and concede a goal straight afterwards. But just like the week before at Weymouth, we responded well, got back on the front foot and scored before half-time, which, whatever their manager said, I thought it was a clear penalty. Moxie was taken out when he'd played the ball. And the second half was just everything that I think, as Gary said, epitomises our club. They had all of the play, they had all of the ball. They didn't massively look like scoring, but when the gap's only one goal, it only takes a second. And I thought we ran the front two. Lollis and Armstrong worked really, really hard at pressing from the front and trying to keep the ball away. And the defenders were brilliant. Lewis was outstanding. You'd struggle to pick a man of the match from that game, really, but Lewis was outstanding. When you have a centre-back who wins every duel, wins every header, and brings everyone along with him, I thought he was brilliant again. And again, talking about the squad a couple of weeks ago and how it needed some help, just those couple of faces. Sparks was lively. The new lad Felix didn't get on off the bench, but the bench was just so much stronger. When you've got Perrott, Lemonhay, Evans and Danny Wright to bring off the bench, you can make some changes, not affect the quality of what's out there. And I think that made a big difference. But it was a really important win. The atmosphere was great. I was there with my two young sons and they absolutely loved it. And the atmosphere and the will to win from all of the players and the crowds. It was a really, really good occasion and a really important 3 points to keep us moving forward with some winnable matches coming up over the festive period.
Hi, Rachel here, still on cloud nine after Saturday's resounding performance against a very strong, expensively assembled Stockport County. That was the performance that we've been waiting for pretty much all season so far. Every single player, from Mac at the back to Armstrong and Lolos leading the line at the front, it was just the kind of game that we know Torquay have in them. Again, it was just fantastic, thoroughly enjoyable. Not easy, not at all. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Stockport are a very, very good side, but yeah, it was a united Torquay United, a team that played with confidence, played with trust. There's a bit of flair. There was pace with Sinclair Armstrong, who the entire game before he finally succumbed to cramp was tremendous. But every player was. I mean, Dan Martin, that was the kind of performance that we all kind of guessed he's been hinting at, but he was marauding down the wing. Every loose ball he was picking up. The midfield had a really, really impressive game. Hall, Armani Little, Tom Lapsley, it's kind of like the John McGinn of the National League performance, snapping away, getting in to tackles, just winning balls. Just a terrific performance. I just hope this propels them now into just kick-starting the season, and let's start to see them believe in themselves and know that those sorts of performances are well within their capabilities.